I'm a bit of a nerd. That's right. I absolutely love seeing behind the scenes things about things. Does that make sense? I love watching and looking at how things are made. I'm talking like animations, music. I just want to know how things are made. So I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to go behind the scenes and show you how I made a piece of music that I released. So if you didn't know, I released a piece of music called Spacedog. Nothing serious, just for fun. And you guys seem to really like it. So more on the way. But I thought I'd show you how I made it in the first place. So you can either go and listen to this on my main YouTube channel, or it's on Spotify or anywhere else. I'll leave the links in the description below, but here we go. What you're looking at, if you're not experienced in music production, I guess, is it could be quite confusing. It looks pretty mad, huh? This is called a digital audio workstation, which is where you can make music, basically. There's loads of them out there. I don't actually normally use this for music. My go-to is Ableton Live. That's the one that I use for literally everything. Anything that I record, audio or MIDI like this, I use Ableton. But I decided to try and increase my music workflow. I wondered if this program, Fruity Loops, would work better. And I guess it did, because I released a track from it. So I use Spacedog to just learn how to make a song in Fruity Loops. Like, I used it to learn the software, and then eventually it just came out good enough for me to think about releasing it. Normally I wouldn't release stuff, but you know what? I was like, you know what? This has been stuck in my head for ages, so I'm gonna release it. And it went pretty well. So I am going to show you what I started from, the instruments that I used, how I got the sounds and stuff, and then I guess that's pretty much it. Show you how things work. So I started off with, I always start off making like a loop, like a 4-bar loop or something. Forgive me, I'm gonna forget all of my shortcuts because I have just gone back to using Ableton after this. Anyway, I normally start off with a scratch track, which is a few bars, usually 4 to 8 bar loop, which has all my chords and melody in, and this is what it sounded like. I have not listened to this since I made it, so let's see. Sounds really different. And I actually just started in piano normally, so it's just a normal piano plugin, standard piano. This has all the effects and stuff on it of the lead instruments, the bass and all that, because these are the bits that went into the actual song. But I started with, I think I just started with notes, C, E, A, G. I thought that was a cool little progression. So how can I solo this? It's like this. So I just started with this. Not even with the sound. So I started with that first, then I went up to, I think I went up to chords next. So if I go piano roll, yeah, these are the chords. Actually, I might have started with this first. Let me make this bigger. This is what I started with first. So take out the bass. Yeah, this is what I started with first. And then the bass is just the bottom 4 notes, basically. Now I'm starting to learn music theory and how to play piano better, because I literally just guessed what the best chords were. I started with the C, E, A, and G, then just layered them up. But I like this chord progression. I added in the bass. It sounds loud at the minute, and I think it probably is too loud, but hey, that's what we went with. What did I do afterwards? I think I came up with the drum pattern next, which I changed a lot. So I did that, and then we went for the melody. And that's what the scratch sounds like, but then the song sounds like this. There we go. So it sounds, let's go back to the pattern. Doesn't sound too different. But the new one is a lot slower, like the chord changes are double the length. But shout outs to my brother. I send music backwards and forwards to my brother all the time, and he said to make it slower, because it used to sound like this. Yeah, so this sounds super different. I actually really like this version. but it was too fast. Like my brother said, you need to slow it down. And there's almost like too many notes going on there because you've got the do, 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 which is still the same chords. They're just played one at a time. But it kind of makes everything confusing with the extra delays. You've got lots of notes going on at the same time. The drums sound a little bit different. The bass is different too. So that was it, and then we sped it up. No, slowed it down to this. That sounds better. That sounds more cohesive, right? The kick drum sounds weird. I think I toned that back. But now you can see where it kind of came together. What is this version? Oh, this is like what I thought was... This is when I arranged it properly. So this won't be too far from the finished version, but I wanted to show you the first version that I had that I almost went with because I liked it. But I think this is better. Yeah, there's some slight differences in this one to the finished one. But yeah, I thought you might want to hear that. Actually, there might even be an even earlier version that I can find. This is really odd, this version. Yeah, see how different that is? That sounds so weak now. Sounds so weak. So that to this, very different. I don't know why there's little cracks. Maybe because I'm recording at the same time. Anyway. Can I solo these bits? Yeah, I can. Okay, that's good. So let's go through each section. So track 1 is just melody, which is this. Let me solo this. So this is what just got stuck in my head all the time. I got this whole melody stuck in my head forever, and I was like, well, if it's stuck in my head and I made it, then surely other people will like it. I'm not sure. But the way I made it was in a VST called Serum, which is my favorite synthesizer plugin, which again, I only really knew about because of from uni, basically. But it's really, really good. I think I just made this. I love the basic shapes part in here. So you can analog and then basic shapes, and it will give you any kind of waves here. So you can make it square wave, sine wave, anything like that. And I think I just added a delay to it. Yeah. So without any of the effects. It sounds like that. So it sounds, that's what a triangle wave is like. So it's like very Game Boy. Add some reverb. Sounds a bit spacey. Take off the top end so it doesn't sound as crazy. So you take off all the top frequencies here. Cut out all those. But then change it to a delay as well. So it has that doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo after it. This is normal. It just stops. This is delay. I think it sounds better. It adds like another little ghost note in there almost, which I really like. So I had this lead, this melody ready to go, and I thought it was really good. So I tried to make it better. So after that, I had a second melody which plays, which is this. Trying to get the piano roll up in this. So the next melody was here. So I needed it to change a little bit. This one actually sounds a little bit different. I think it's because it's higher. So without the delay, it sounds really different, especially this bit. That's without the delay. Sounds really different, doesn't it? But that's the second part that plays before the first cutout, and then it repeats again. Lo-fi is a lot of repeating. So I had, I think, just 2 melodies here, 3 separate parts, and that's pretty much it. It's super easy. Lo-fi is really weird structure because I'm used to making like rock music really, which has intro, verse, chorus, verse, middle eight, chorus, end. Lo-fi doesn't really work like that. Or electronic music doesn't work like that because you don't have words, so it's really difficult to structure. I have melody 3. What's melody 3? This might be something I've never even shown before. Oh, this was just like a middle bridge bit I was gonna do, but I didn't like it. Yeah, I did not like that. It was too... I don't think we really need it. I think I put it over the bridge. Let me see. Let's go song. Yeah, I did. So here we go. There was something about it I didn't like. I just think it didn't need any lead over this part. I kind of like the melody, but I don't think it really needed it. Right, chords. Let's go over these. So go back into pattern. So this is... It looks confusing, but it's really not. This is just a really layered up chord. So this is C, G, C. So that's like an octave with a G in it. And D, I don't know what chord this is. I'm trying to learn my chords, but I just made this one up. So this is just with like some extra bits on top. Because you can play the chords by themselves, but it sounds really, really different. I don't know where those glitches are coming from. They're not in the actual song. Oh, that's the old one. That's the old riff. I kept it in there. Which might be good as a riff by itself, but not as a not as a bit that helps out. Let me see how I made that. This might be, yeah, this is actually a preset that I got off of Serum, which is another thing that I absolutely love. So Serum is a place you can get samples, but you can also get presets as well. So you can go into like Lush Lo-Fi, for example, find all your drum kit stuff. I usually only use the one-shots, but you can also find presets for synths. And this is the one I found that I really liked, so. I changed it a little bit. I changed the envelopes. I think I changed fiddle with some of this as well. Oh, it also has these on. So this is what the sound sounds like normally. But I changed it to this. Again, took the top end off again because lo-fi doesn't really have top end in it. The higher frequencies. But yeah, really nice preset that I just changed to what I wanted it to be. Get out of here. That riff's old now. What else did we have? Bass. Oh, okay. Bass is kind of funny, actually. So this is literally all the bass is. Yo, send me the piano roll this. It's just the root notes. That's all it is. But this is what is called a sound font. Now, a sound font is basically a sample that's taken from usually a video game or a games console. Toby Fox does this a lot, who made the Undertale music, which I absolutely love. So I kind of like tried to figure out how he made music, and using sound fonts is one of his ways of making music, which is really cool for electronic stuff. So I took the the sound font from the Wii and took the acoustic bass from it, and it sounds amazing. So this is it without any effects. Sounds okay. It's got a little something else going on in there. I don't know if that's the actual raw sound font, but that, and then I changed it to this. It's quite a powerful bass, actually. It kind of sounds like you're plucking it underwater, but that is down to this hyper chorus. Let's take this off. So it doesn't have any of that movement to it, but if I add the hyperchorus back on, it now has like movement to it. You can see it here. This is one of the last things I added, and it just sounded really cool, so I kept it on there. Yeah, there you go. It's the acoustic bass from the Wii sound font. I don't know why that's funny. Let's go drums. What's the best way to show these off? I don't really know. These are all just random samples I got off of Splice. This is the lo-fi kick, but with crush and stuff on it. Let's go piano roll. When I changed the velocities of it as well, because I wanted to have some ghost notes. Like that. And then there's the snare. I guess I can talk about the kick actually, because this is it without any effects. Sounds quite, it's a nice kick. Yeah, it's quite powerful, but I took loads of the top end off, boosted it here, compressed it a little bit, and then Crush is the main one. This is a cool little plugin. So that really makes the sound, doesn't it? It kind of takes the dance kick side of it away. It's less powerful, which I really wanted for lo-fi. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, that's the kick. The snare is obviously massive. So if I go into snare, piano roll that. This is the sample. I think that's with the effects. Without the effects, it's like this. So it doesn't sound too different. I just added a lot of delay. A reverb even. It's massive reverb, but that's kind of what you want in lo-fi as well. I think I took all the bottom end. I left the high end on this. So I think on the whole track, I've got, oh, I don't. Usually on lo-fi stuff, I take all the top end of the entire track, but I guess I didn't on this one. And then hats, just sounds like this. I don't know why I took it out of this one. Oh, I just bumped it like that. Okay. So yeah, I did roll some of the top end off of this. Oh, there was loads of high end in that. Yeah, that's why I took that down. So if I now put it back on, it takes off that fizz as well. Listen. There you go. Takes off the fizz. I did have a crash in here, but I didn't keep that. And then this is the drums. They don't change that much at all. They only really drop in and out during the song, which I just cut here. And I think, is that everything? Drums, bass, chords, melody. I think that's it. Oh, what's chime actually? Oh. Oh, this is kind of nice actually. Also, there may be notes that are wrong in here. There just may be. Oh, this is like a glass. Just sample. Let me take... Did I boost this? Yeah, I did. I boosted the higher frequencies in this because I was missing some. Probably because I took them all out. But this kind of, hopefully, I think this just complements the rest. Let me see if I do this. Yeah, so you can hear it drop out already. It's not playing now. Now I'll turn it on, ready? It's very subtle. It's the only real high-pitched instrument in this, but it fills that extra bit of air. And that's pretty much the song. And the only real like accents I do, there's probably way more I could do with this song, but the only real accents I do is, oh, I have this as well. It's just a riser that I shortened and rolled off so that you can just hype it up a little bit from the start. Oh, and there's also this. This is called automation, which I found really confusing to do on Fruity Loops, but it rolls the, what does it roll? It rolls the EQ of something. And I'm not sure where it is because I haven't used Fruity Loops since I made this this track. It's moving one of the EQs anyway. Oh, it's this one, look. So it's slowly automating this, make it go from like sounding small to sounding larger, which it'll kick up in a minute. You hear it? It's very subtle, but it works. And that's pretty much it. I think the other important thing that makes your tracks sound way better is side chaining. Now, I had to learn it in Fruity Loops because I had no idea how to do it. But basically, if I go into drums, I've got this going, which is a silent instrument. I was going to pattern. Yeah, this is a silent instrument, but this is sending signal to here. So look, it's sending signal to the chords so that the chords can go like wah, and leave space for the kick drum. Really hard to explain. But let me see if I can show you. So I go here. So every time the kick drum is played, it brings down the volume of the chords ever so slightly so the kick drum can hit in the middle. It's super hard to explain, but if you make music, especially electronic music, then, oh, I don't want that crash. You can see why I took that out. Then you need to use it. It's such a good technique. It just makes your kick drum punch through way better. I think I have it on the bass too. I must have it on the bass. Yeah, I do. It's here as well. But definitely worth learning that. And that's pretty much the whole track. Then I just had to arrange it, but the arrangement's super simple. I just went for build up intro so I can slap you in the face here. Then it moves from melody, changes to the second melody, which is the only time this melody appears in the song. And then you have the bridge, which is the only place that has the drums low, which is just one snare. And that is just a snare that's carved out like this, took out some of the mids. That's it. Just a little calm down bit. No bass, just chords and drums, because I think the chords kind of sound good by themselves. And there's a little bit of bass in there because I'm playing such a low octave on the chords. Then back in. Then pretty much just repeats. I think even listening to this song again, I can kind of hear things that I want to change, but my problem is I could tweak things forever and never get them released ever. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet on this one. And I had a good vision for what the visuals wanted to be. So I used a program called Sprite for the visuals, which is a spriting software. It's very, very good. It's very cheap and I love it. It's so easy to make pixel art. I'm a massive lover of pixel art. I have it like on my arm. I love pixel art so much. And now I could make something with my music and pixel art. I love the whole 8-bit pixel art era, if you didn't guess. It's kind of why I love Minecraft, but that's how I made that. I made all the separate layers in Sprite and then I brought them into Premiere to edit it all. I didn't animate it in Sprite because I didn't learn that yet. And I think it'll be easier to get smoother movements. I wanted 8-bit visuals and smooth movements for the Spacedog like visualizer. So there you go. I think that's all to say in this one, I think. Do you know what? There could be something fun if I go to this. This is an old version before I changed all the sounds. Oh, this might be... That bass is horrible, by the way. Yeah, this is that old version that I told you, right? It's just... It sounds like a frog. Stop that. But that's how the song started. I always start with an idea and then try and change the sounds afterwards. As long as the melody was there, which I was fairly confident it was. Yeah, I'm super proud of this one. I love this song. It's kind of the perfect vibe for like background music as well, which I'm going to use it for, and I encourage you guys to use it as well. But hopefully that was interesting. I tried to go into as much detail as possible after the fact. There's loads of other decisions I made during, but I just didn't record the process of making it. But if there's anything else you want to know, let me know in the comment section down below. And when I release some more music, I'll try and do this again with more detail, because I feel like it's the first time I've done this and it's really hard to explain all my choices. Sometimes it's just happy accidents, but as long as you had the melody and the chords there, I feel like the rest was good. Anyway, I'm bigging myself up. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like. That'd be awesome. Subscribe if you're brand new as well. And go and check out Spacedog. It's all the links are in the description below. I appreciate all the love on it so far. And I'll see you in the next one, all right? See ya.